Well, for more perspective now on the exodus of professionals from the entertainment industry, let's bring in Stacey Flaster. She's a professional director and choreographer, as well as the co-owner of the Performers School. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you, Rachelle.
So tell us about your work in the entertainment industry and how it's changed for you over the past year.
Well, I have been a professional director and choreographer. Before that, I was a professional actor for about, I would say, 10 years directing. And then I formed a school with one of my close friends about 8 years ago in the middle of the process of being a director. And we started doing really high-end productions with kids from ages 4th grade through high school. And we were doing these wonderful, lavish productions for the past 8 years until last March, when we were in the middle of putting together Les Mis and Beauty and the Beast, 2 separate productions with almost 70 kids combined, when the plug got pulled.
And I know that must be incredibly disappointing. I mean, we do remember when people thought COVID would last just a few months initially. How have your feelings about the situation evolved over the past year?
That's a great question, because we kept pushing the show. We'll do it in May. We'll do it in July. We'll do it in fall. We'll do it in December, and that's this past December. And then we finally changed it to be a cinematic production, which it ended up evolving into. But I'll tell you, I was listening to the last clip, and I do know Sherry Mann. It's interesting, from Chicago. We've saved so much time by doing things on Zoom, having auditions on Zoom, having rehearsals on Zoom. Now, I don't prefer it to anything live, obviously, because I'm used to being in person. I'm very touchy-feely. I like to work in the room with the kids and with adults. But having this new experience has opened up a lot of doors, and my mind was not open to any technology whatsoever. And this opened up so many new avenues for us in terms of how we're going to put our shows together in the future.
So then what was the final straw for people, for either you or for people that you know who've left town?
I think the final straw is, a lot of us are in the union, and, it's just hard because we lost our health, not me, because I'm not working as an actor anymore and relying on insurance from doing weeks in shows. A lot of my friends and colleagues from the business, they were relying on health insurance from weeks doing shows, and also directing weeks, being in the union SDC. I'm also in SDC, I'm SAG-AFTRA, and I'm Actors Equity. And when you're relying on these unions to provide you health insurance, you have to find other work. And so, a lot of my friends have looked to coaching online. I do private coaching as well. My business actually shot up this year, double or triple from any other years, because I have more time to get more people in, because I don't have to travel and they don't have to travel to me. Good and bad. I don't get to see them face to face,
right.
But it's been great. But a lot of friends have moved out of town because of the fact that they can find other work and do other things. Hopefully they'll stay in the business, because I do believe it will come back.
So to that point then, where have a lot of the people who have left, where have they primarily gone, and do they plan on coming back to the entertainment industry?
It's interesting. I think a lot of people that I know have moved to smaller towns, Michigan, Wisconsin. A lot of my friends in New York, moved to North Carolina, South Carolina, different small places. I'm not sure what they're pursuing, but because they can audition online and do all those things online now through casting directors, I'm getting kids coming to my house with scripts, and they're recording on this very tripod, on this phone, all of their auditions virtually. You can really live anywhere, still be in the business. And people are doing DoorDash. They're doing anything to make ends meet. So smaller towns where the rent is less and they can still work virtually.
Now, as we're seeing, obviously, Broadway is going to start reopening in New York in September. Where do things stand for you and your colleagues now in terms of restarting with a sort of new normal?
Oh, interesting. Well, all of us in my company are vaccinated right now. And we're hoping, and we can't tell people what to do, but we're hoping that the kids will start getting vaccinated. And in the fall, we're planning to do our live shows again. We follow the Broadway kind of, we follow the union rules, because we're all sort of, in the union, and we try to follow those guidelines. And so we're hoping that we will be live on stage in December. And what we're going to do differently is we're going to do obviously masked rehearsals and separate the kids in rehearsals and have smaller groups in rehearsals, and then do our live show in December, hopefully not with masks, because we want to give the kids an experience again, doing a show with you know, in the normal way that they're used to doing it. But it isn't going to be the same right away.
Right.
I do think there's going to be some restriction right away, you know, some distancing on stage, maybe no kissing, things like that.
And just quickly, is it too soon to say that there's been or there'll be a mass exodus from the industry as people try and explore more pandemic-proof opportunities?
I don't think it, you know, I think the exodus has happened because people have discovered new things, you know, new forms of making money and new artistic things. And I think that most people I'm following on Facebook look like they're getting excited to get back into it. But they're feeling out of practice. So they have to start working on their voice again. They have to start working with their coaches again, because it's scary. When the pandemic hit, we all stopped working on things and what kind of got out of practice. So I think that's what kind of caused the mass exodus. And I think people will come back, some people, and some people go into different areas of the industry. My friend became an artist. I mean, she's a painter now, and she's a beautiful painter. Who knew that she could do that, you know? So discovering new things is, I hope, will bring more to the table for everybody.